one, we're going to be going over Sentenal. This is a really cool boss. Also, this is the boss where the difficulty ramps. So the last three bosses are, in my opinion, much more difficult than the other bosses, but this one is really, really tough. So Sentinel. So we're going to use the same build as last time. Shotgun blast, speed, and then jump. And then we're going to come over here, I think, and then we keep this the same. So orb, iron, fast, and then more souls. Simple, straightforward, and that's it. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you start off and you just shoot him right away. Then you're watching this axe. As soon as it starts to move, you're going to dodge to the left and just keep firing, because this right here is the point you want to hit. It's going to shoot out a wave of bullets. You just find your spot and dodge. Then he's going to move. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to dodge back here, because what's happening is your souls are dropping over here. And so you want to dodge in a way that makes you be able to get them. So you're dodging back, and then he's going to throw out 3 sort of waves of bullets. So this is going to be 1, and then 2, and then 3. Then again, you're going to dodge back left. So you see, even though you're shooting this thing, he's the thing that's dropping the souls. So you're going to constantly be trying to dodge into the place where he is and try to get around him so that you can get the souls. So then I'm shooting, and then he's going to, after you come out, he's going to shoot these 2 orbs. He's going to shoot 2 of them. They're going to hit the back, and then they're going to explode out. So just make sure you keep dodging away from them is best. And then he shoots out this sort of cone, right? So what you want to do is just dodge to whatever is closest. So you see how I'm here, I see this cone of bullets, and I'm just dodging to the left around them, right? And then constantly shooting at this thing. Alright, and then we come back up, 2 more blasts, and then he's going to, you kind of want to be watching the axe, because the axe is going to be what's going to do the most damage to you. So we're trying to just see now the axe, and that's the axe signifies starting the thing over. So it's axe, he moves, 3 waves, and that's the cycle right there. So it's, if we go over the whole cycle real quick, it is axe. It's axe, he moves, 3 waves, 3 orbs, the cone, dodge the cone, and then the 3 orbs again, and then he moves, cone, and then that's it. So that's all of it. And what we're doing is we're just dodging around, collecting the souls, and we're gonna do 1 shotgun blast here. And what's gonna happen is you see how I save up and I get the shotgun blast. I do the shotgun blast when I'm close with the speed boost, and then it does a bunch of damage and he's dropping all the souls. So then after that, before I push it over, I'm going and I'm collecting all the souls around him, so I have this full before I phase into the next phase. This is the toughest phase in the fight because the other phases have much less health. Now this boss is all about timing, because if you take too long on the phases, the abilities are going to get very difficult. So we build this whole fight, we build everything around timing to make sure that we don't hit the bosses in rage spots, so that we don't get into those new, much more difficult, like, damaging abilities. So then we push him over, and that's phase 2. So we basically did just over 1 loop of this phase. Alright, so then it breaks, and so we're going to just be right here, and we're just going to walk up and just shoot him right away. Just remember, you always want to be holding down your shoot button. You don't want to start the phase off with activating your abilities, because there's a little bit of a break where you can't fire. So you always hold down your shoot button, then once bullets start coming out, that's when you can activate your abilities. You see how I do that? I wait, I see bullets coming out, and then I just spray. And I'm just doing that. And then I'm dodging him. He's going to do the cone again. And then I'm just running around. See how fast that is? So basically, I'm just shooting. He drops all these orbs, and then I just go and collect them again and just repeat. So I'm just pushing this over as fast as I can. This phase is very difficult, so you just want to spam, just do everything you can to phase it as fast as you can. And all he does, like, basically, we phase it so fast that all he's doing is 3 movements and cones, and we're just going away from him as far away from as possible so that the cone spreads out, and then we just move. So that's just 3 shotgun blasts with the speed boost right in the thing's face, and then that's it. Alright, we're going into phase 3 now. Phase 3, until I figured out this weapon combo, was very difficult. I spent like an hour or 2 trying to push this over, and then I was like, wait, I should go check this out. This phase right here is why I do this. Because these things are smaller, like that, so they're individually smaller, but since they start together, you can get a whole bunch of them. So remember on the earlier boss, like, the reason why this shotgun blast was so good was because they all hit. So thinner bosses, we have a different strategy. The next 2 bosses are thin bosses, so we change up the way that we do the dynamic. But this, since it's so big, we can just, as long as we have one of these saved up, like I mentioned in the last boss, you always, when I phase a boss, if I don't have full of everything, I'm not phasing the boss until I get it. And I'm working constantly to do that. So you see here, I'm just sort of shooting, and I would stop shooting here if I wasn't full. So again, so I'm just moving up, and I come right here. You see how I position myself so I can just blast as much of a range as possible on this thing. So I just blast it. And then I come and I'm just dodging this guy, and he does his sort of wavy spread. So you just dodge that, and then I move in, and then I get that. So that was kind of an unlucky sort of movement for me. But basically, at a certain point, what he does is he moves these things at you. So I was pretty close at this point, so I got hit, and then I moved, and then he dashed at me again. So that was a pretty big hit that I just took. But all I'm doing is just moving around, going back to the orbs. They shoot out these lasers, and again, look, I'm just picking my spot. They shoot out in lines, so one of the constant themes about this game is just pick your spot, stand in it, the bullets fire, then you move. And I'm just pushing this over again to, I can really go through phases with this weapon combo. So now since I don't have it, I don't want to risk it. I can just come up and see how I'm just doing a little bit of damage. I'm not going to push it over as fast as I can. Like, I could activate these abilities, but I'm not, because I'm just pushing them over right here. And that is about the time when you want to do it too. Because if you don't push this over, what's going to happen is these things are going to start moving in a circle. And he's just going to start swinging them at you like a flail. And they're really hard to dodge. So if you take too long on this phase, you're just going to get wiped out by that move. And like, basically, if you're not doing enough damage and you see the move where he takes one of these and starts swinging it around in a huge circle like a flail, you've taken too long on that phase. You need to just figure out a strategy or do something different. Alright. Cool. So the last phase is we're actually attacking him. So there's going to be an opening right here at the start. So he doesn't really start his moves right away. So this is exactly when you want to start using your abilities. Right away, you just shoot him, and then you collect the orbs, and then he does this dash move. So this is another one of those dash moves where bosses in these kind of games, they dash, and then they leave this sort of V pattern of bullets behind them. So you're just dashing through, and then you're finding your spot, and you're trying to pick a spot in between. What I do is I sort of hug this bottom edge right here, because what happened is he's sort of picking a place near where you are to dash, or where you are to dash. And if he dashes like from here to here, watch what happens. It's like really short. You see how he just dashed like really right here, and you can just move. So as long as you're kind of like pointing him at shorter distances, it will be much easier for you. And then he shoots these wavy lines, which are really easy to dodge. And you just kind of dodging. I'm just dodging around, and I'm shooting, and I'm sort of letting him come to the V. I'm shooting. And this is a really tough one to dodge. This sort of spiral is tough, but I don't do it here, but if you can pick this spot here, you know, like when you move into a spiral, you just rotate right. And I'm shooting, and I'm shooting, and I'm just going to go collect some souls. See, there's a lot of downtime, and then he just shoots these Vs. This phase is much easier than the other phases. It's sort of like a rest phase almost, but it's like the last phase, so it's a weird time for it. And then I just shoot, and then one thing that I do want to mention about this phase is if you take too long on this phase, he's going to move into this platform and start shooting bullets out. Stay outside of the platform. That ability does more damage inside of the platform, so you just want to range him. You just want to just like wait out here, range, shoot as much as you can, but just don't follow him into the platform if he ever goes in there. Alright, I hope that helped. This boss took me a long time to figure out, and I really hope that this sort of guide helps you out. Alright, awesome. Bye.